that much fun they call me old friend Mr. Seafeed obliged with nothing.
Yeah.
Order!
It's of a brisk young farmer who's ploughing of his land.
Of his land.
He called unto his horses to bid them gently stand. As he sit down upon his plough, all for a song to sing.
To sing?
His voice was so melodious it made the valleys ring.
Wait, my pal, round and round down valley, wait for the dear old day, and what do not that poor gal has, she threw them all away.
It's all this fair young damsel was nutting in the wood.
In the wood.
His voice was so melodious it charmed her as she stood.
As she stood.
She could no longer stay, and what food that she had, poor gal, she threw them all away.
Wait, my pal, round and round down valley, wait for the dear old day, and what food not that poor gal has, she threw them all away.
She then came to young Johnny as he sit on his plough.
On his plough.
She said, young man, I really feel I cannot tell you how. He took her to some shady broom, and there he laid her down. Says she, young man, I think I feel I'll go round and round.
Wait, my pal, round and round down valley, wait for the dear old day, and what food not that poor gal had, she threw them all away.
Now come all you young women, this warning by me take.
By me take.
If you should not go, please get home in time.
In time.
For if you should stay too late to hear the ploughboy sing, you might have a young farmer turn us up in the spring.
Wait, my pal, round and round down valley, wait for the dear old day, and what food not that poor gal had, she threw them all away.
With my pal, round and round down valley,
wait for the dear old day, and what food not that poor gal had, she threw them all away.
I come to La Crosse and I met a wee lass, says I'm a wee lass, are you willing to go? Take share of a jell, she said, sir, I will, for the wee lass yet never said no. At St. Lael, who so merrily did go, and whenever did rise till a cock did crow. And it's glass after glass where merrily did toss to the bonny wee lassie who never said no. The landlady opened the door and came in with a smile. She lifted a chair with freedom in air. Here is health to the lass who can jag it in style. Look into my pocket, lassie, she said. There are 2 and 6 to pay for your bed. And for laying me down, you owe me a crown. Look into my pocket, lassie, she said. I put my hand in her pocket and £5 I took. Says I to myself, I will bundle and go. And I bade her goodbye, but she made no reply. This bonny wee lassie who never said no.
There was a young apprentice who went to meet his dear. The moon was shining brightly and the stars were viewing clear. He went to his love's window and he called her by her name. Then soon she rose and let him in, went back to bed again, saying, Willie, dearest Willie, tonight will be your doom. Strip off into your nightshirt and bear one night within. The streets, they are too lonely for you to walk about. So come roll me in your arms, love, and we'll blow the candle out. My father and my mother next bedroom they do lie, kissing and embracing, and why not you and I? Kissing and embracing without a fear or doubt. So come roll me in your arms, love, and we'll blow the candle out. It was 6 months, and after six months ago today, he wrote to me a letter saying he was far away. He wrote to me a letter without a fear or doubt, and he never said when he'd come back to blow the candle out.
Oh, I am a bachelor and I live alone and I work in the weaver's trade. And the only thing that I ever done wrong was courting a fair young maid. I courted her one summertime and all the winter too. And the only thing that I never should have done was to save her from the foggy dew. I got there tired of living alone, I says to her one day, I've a nice little crib in my old shack where you might safely lay. You'll be all right in the summertime and in the winter too. And you lay right warm and take no harm away from the foggy dew. I don't think much of this old shack, and I shall only be with only that poor old cypress cat to keep me company. There's a cricket singing on the hearth, and what can that thing do if the night can roar and the fire won't draw to save me from the foggy dew? One night she come to my bedside, time I laid fast asleep. She puts her head down on my bed and she starts in to weep. She yelled and cried, she well near died. She say, what shall I do? So I hauled her in the bed and I covered up her head to save her from the foggy dew. Says I, my dear, lay close to me and wipe away them tears. Then I hauled a shift up over her head and I wrapped it round her ears. We was all right in the winter time and in the summer too. And I held her tight that livelong long night to save her from the foggy dew. Now lay you still, you silly young fool, and don't you feel afraid. For if you want to work with me, you got to learn your trade. I learned her all that summertime and all the winter too. And truth to tell, she learned that well. She saved us from the foggy dew. One night I laid there good as gold, and then she say to me, I got a pain without my back where no pain ought to be. I was all right in the summertime and in the winter too, but I've took some ill or kind of a chill from laying in the foggy dew. One night she start to moan and cry, says I, what's up with you? She say, I never should have been this way if that hadn't been for you. I got my boots and trousers on, I got my neighbour too, but do what we would, we couldn't do any good, and she died in the foggy dew. So I am a bachelor, I live with my son, and we work in the weaving trade. And every time I look in his face, I can see the eyes of that fair young maid. that remind me of the summertime and of the winter too, and the many, many nights she laid in my arms to save her from the foggy, foggy dew.
It's Dorna Rapata, Dorna Magoon, oh Dorna Rapata, Dorna Magoon. It's Dorna Rapata, Dorna Magoon. Did you ever see such channel Tricketloon? Dorna Rapata, Dorna Magoon, no. Dorna Rapata, Dorna Magoon. Dorna Rapata, Dorna Magoon. Did you ever see such channel Tricketloon? Dorna Rapata, Dorna Magoon, no. Dorna Rapata, Dorna Magoon. Dorna Rapata, Dorna Magoon. Did you ever see such channel Tricketloon?
As I went down the shady lane, at the door I chanced to knock. The servant, she came to the door and asked me could I stop, or could I mend the rusty hole that never held a drop. Well, indeed I can, don't you know I can. To me rightful little laddie, well, indeed I can. She brought me through the kitchen and she brought me through the hall, and the servants cried, the devil, are you going to block us all? Well, indeed I'm not. Don't you know I'm not? To me rightful little laddie, well, indeed I'm not. She brought me up the stairs for to show me what to do. She fell on the feather bed and I fell on it too. Well, indeed I did. Don't you know I did? To me rightful little laddie, well, indeed I did. She took up the frying pan and she began to knock. Oh, then for to let the servants know that I was at me work. Well, indeed I was. Don't you know I was? To me rightful little laddie, well, indeed I was. She put her hand into her pocket and she pulled out £50, saying, take this, me jolly tinker, and we'll have another round. Well, indeed I will. Don't you know I will? To me rightful little laddie, well, indeed I will. She put her hand into her pocket and she pulled off a gold watch, saying, take this, me jolly tinker, for I know you are no botch. Well, indeed I'm not. Don't you know I'm not? To me rightful little laddie, well, indeed I'm not. Now I'm a jolly tinker, there's 40 years and more, and such a rusty hole as that I never blocked before. Well, indeed I didn't. Don't you know I didn't? To me rightful little laddie, well, indeed I didn't.
As I was a-walking one morning in May, I met a pretty fair maid, her gown it was gay. I stepped up to her and back she did fall. She wanted to be played with the long peg in all. Then home to her parents she then went straightway, and on to her mother these words she did say, I'll follow my true love whate'er may befall, I'll follow my love with his long peg in all. Oh daughter, how can you say so? For young men are false, you very well know. They'll tell you fine things and the devil and all, and leave you big bellies with the long peg in all. Oh mother, no, do not say so. Before you were 16, you very well know. There was father and mother and baby and all. You've fallen, my dad, for his long peg and all.
For there was an old farmer, and down he did well. He'd one pretty servant, her name it was Nell. He'd one pretty servant, she was scarce 17. Down the shoulder the works of his thrashing machine. Says Nell to the farmer of a fine summer's day, while the rest of the farmers are off making hay. Come into the barn where we won't be seen, and the two of us start working our thrashing machine. Oh, Nell, she stepped forward and into the house. The boss got the harness and strapped her right on. Nell took the handle and turned on the steam, and the two of them start working the thrashing machine. Oh, 6 months been over and 9 coming on. Nell's skirt wouldn't meet nor her drawers wouldn't go on. They's under her oxter like a young fairy queen. I will have you transported for your thrashing machine.
Up London City I took my way. It was up Cheapside I chanced to stray. Where a fair pretty girl there I did meet, and with kisses her then I did greet. For I was up to the rigs, down to the jigs, up to the rigs of London town. She took me to some house of frame, and boldly she did enter in. Loudly for supper she did call, thinking I was going to play very dull. But I was up to the rigs, down to the jigs, up to the rigs of London town. Up to the rigs, down to the rigs, up to the rigs of London town. The supper o'er the table cleared, the waiter brought white wine and red. The waiter brought white wine and red, while a chambermaid prepared a bed. But I was up to the rigs, down to the jigs, up to the rigs of London town. Her cheeks was white and her lips was red, and I kissed her as she laid in bed. But soon as I found she was fast asleep, out of the bed then I did creep. For I was up to the rigs, down to the jigs, up to the rigs of London town. Up to the rigs, down to the jigs, up to the rigs of London town. I searched her pockets and there I found a silver snuff box and £10. A gold watch and a diamond ring. I took the lot and I locked my lady in. For I was up to the rigs, down to the jigs, up to the rigs of London town. Now, oh, young men, wherever you be, if you meet a pretty girl, you use her free. You use her free, but don't get drunk. But remember me when I was up Cheapside, for I was up to the rigs, down to the jigs, up to the rigs of London town. Up to the rigs, down to the jigs, up to the rigs of London town.
There was a butcher who lived in Creefin, and come upon a lost to buy some beef. But he took her in his arms, I and doon she did fall. Oh, the wind's blown the bonny lasses plaidy awa. Her plaidy's awa, it's awa with the wind. Her plaidy's awa, and it canna be found. But he took her in his arms, I and doon she did fall. Say now, pay the plaidy that the wind blew awa.
My plaidie's a war and a war with the one. My plaidie's a war and it can't be fun. Oh, what will the all folk say of war? Oh, I can't say the wind blew my plaidie a war.
Now, this is just a little story, but the truth I'm going to tell. It does concern a butcher who in Dover town did dwell. Now this butcher was possessed of a beautiful wife, but the cobbler he loved her as dearly as his life, singing, Father it'll aid, oh, Father it'll aid. Now this butcher went to market for to buy an ox, and then the little cobbler, sly as any fox, he put on his Sunday coat and courting he did go to the jolly butcher's wife because he loved her so, singing, Father it'll aid, oh, Father it'll aid. Now when the little cobbler stepped into the butcher's shop, the butcher's wife knew what he meant and bade him for to stop. Oh, said she, be my darling, have you got a job for me? The butcher's wife's so cunning, says, I'll go up and see, singing, Father it'll aid, oh, Father it'll aid. Now she went to the bedroom door and gave the snob a call. I have got an easy job if you have brought your all. And if you do it, workman, like some cash to you I'll pay. Oh, thank you, said the cobbler, and began to stitch away, singing, Father it'll aid, oh, Father it'll aid. But as the cobbler was at work, a knock come on the door. The cobbler scrambled out of bed and laid upon the floor. Oh, said she, my darling, what will my husband say? But then she let the policeman in along with her to play, singing, Father it'll aid, oh, Father it'll aid. But the butcher came from market in the middle of the night. The policeman scrambled out of bed and soon got out of sight. The butcher's wife so nimbly locked the bedroom door, but in her fright she quite forgot the cobbler on the floor, singing, Father it'll aid, oh, Father it'll aid. But the butcher soon found out when he lay down in bed, something here is very hard. The butcher smiled and said, she says it is me rolling pin. The butcher he did laugh. How came you for to roll your dough with a policeman's staff, singing, Father it'll aid, oh, Father it'll aid. Now the butcher threw the truncheon underneath the bed. There he cracked the fiddle pot and hit the cobbler's head. The cobbler cried out murder, said the butcher, who are you? I am the little cobbler who goes mending ladies' shoes, singing, Father it'll aid, oh, Father it'll aid.
As I walked through Dublin city at the hour of 12 at night, who should I see but a maiden beauty, combing her hair with a four-pronged pike? Tarry-idle-ide-do-di-do-di-do, tarry-idle-ide-do-di-do-di, tarry-idle-ide-do-di-do-di-do, tarry-idle-ide-do-di-do-di. As I walked again through Dublin on the same or another night, who should I see but the same fair maiden, counting her cash by the candlelight? Tarry-idle-ide-do-di-do-di-do, tarry-idle-ide-do-di-do-di, tarry-idle-ide-do-di-do-di-do, tarry-idle-ide-do-di-do-di. Courting women is foolish folly, and marrying women is just the same. Courting women when they're not willing is like throwing water against the stream. Tarry-idle-ide-do-di-do-di-do, tarry-idle-ide-do-di-do-di, tarry-idle-ide-do-di-do-di-do, tarry-idle-ide-do-di-do-di.
Oh, the light dragged on over the hill. The moon was shining brightly. There was a young lady, for she knew him by his also, because she loved him dearly. Dearly, oh dearly. There was a young lady, for she knew him by his also, because she loved him dearly. She took him by the milk-white rein. She led him to the stable. There's hay and corn for your honest young man, let him eat while he is able. Oh, she took him by the lily white hand. She led him to the table. There's cakes and wines for you, my dear, eat and drink now you are able. Oh, she ran upstairs to make the bed, oh, to make it soft and easy. How nimble she jumped into bed for to see if it was easy. Oh, the light dragged on, he ran upstairs. He put off his army trousers. How nimble he jumped into bed for to do what he was able. They laid the bed till the clock struck 10. The trumpets they were sounding, with the spirits high and the bell is low, and she ran them to her mummy. Oh, where have thou been all this long night in quite a anxious parent? So I've been along with the light dragged on, because I loved him dearly, loved him dearly.
An ordinary style of courtship, the say doth appear to those across the pentland first so very, very queer. But let them court the way they choose, either by land or sea. But a blanket sky and a blanket bay, a blanket sky for me. When I get the old folk off to bed, the pit's about the fire laid. I cuddled her in the armchair and left when morning did appear. Now, if you can in the armchair sit, your girl take on your knee, if that's the style that you prefer, it matters aught to me. But I'll strip off me boots and coat and tell you all you see, and chump in bed beside the girl. A blanket sky for me. Well, it was when you were working all day, you had no time. You were working up till late at night, well, you had to get somewhere to go and see the girl. Well, you just, if her bedroom was upstairs, well, you just had a shoulder of leather for the nearest place you could find one and go up to the window and give a few taps. And she would come to the window and open and let you in. And you would talk to wait there for an hour or two, and then you would drag the way back home again. Same as usual.
There is a thorn bush in our killyard. There is a thorn bush in our killyard. At the back of thorn bush there stands a lad and lass, but they're busy, busy harrying at the cuckoo's nest. It is thorned, it is sprinkled, it is compassed all around. It is thorned, it is sprinkled, and it isn't easy found. She said, young man, you're plundering. I said it wasn't true, but I left her with the markings of a young cuckoo. It's hey the cook and haw the cook and hey the cuckoo's nest. It's hey the cook and haw the cook and hey the cuckoo's nest. I'll gie anybody a shell and a bottle of the best if we'll ramble up the feathers of the cuckoo's nest.
twan twa made the bed, twan twa lay down together. When the bed began to heat, the een lone a been there. And then there's another half a good verse, I think, this. But this again. Some like the lassies, it's gay wheel dressed, and some like the lassies, it's decked about the waist. Bedded in 'em on the blankets that I like best, to get a jolly rattle at the cuckoo's nest.
That's glorious.
It was always realistic, you know, their verses, and they were bloody clever often.
As I was walking one morning in May, I saw a sweet couple together at play. Oh, the one was a fair maid, and her beauty shone clear, and the other was a soldier and a brave grenadier. But they kissed so sweet and comforting as they pressed to each other. They went harming along the road like sister and brother. They went harming along the road till they came to a spring. Then they both sat down together just to hear the nightingale sing. Then out of his knapsack he drew a long fiddle, and he played to her such merry tunes that she ever did hear. And he played to her such merry tunes, caused the valleys to ring. Hark, hark, replied the fair maid, how the nightingale sing. But they kissed so sweet and comforting as they pressed to each other. They went harming along the road like sister and brother. They went harming along the road till they came to a spring. Then they both sat down together just to hear the nightingale sing.
alman come curtain me, hey do a darty, alman come curtain me, hey do a day. For alman come curtain me, hey do a darty. Maids when you're young never wed a alman. For when we went to the church I left them in the lurch. When we went to the church, me being young. When we went to the church, I left them in the lurch. Maids, when you're young, never wed a alman. For when we went to Worty, he started teasing me. When we went to Worty, me being young. When we went to Worty, he started teasing me. Maids, when you're young, never wed a alman. When we went to our bed, he lay as he was dead. When we went to our bed, me being young. When we went to our bed, he lay as he was dead. Maids, when you're young, never wed a alman. For he has no tourlo, right fall the dourlo. He has no tourlo, right fall the day. For he has no tool to follow up my dourlo. Maids, when you're young, never wed a alman.
As I walk down by the Oxborough banks, where the maids of Australia do play their wild pranks, beneath the green shade of bower I sat myself down, where the birds sang so gaily and chanted all around in the forest, my native Australia. In the forest, the native Australia, where the maidens are handsome and gay. Now she dived in the water without fear or dread. Her beautiful limbs she exceedingly spread. Her hair hung in wrinkles, the colour was black. So I said, she will see how I float on my back on the stream in my native Australia. On the stream in my native Australia, where the maidens are handsome and gay. Now being exhausted, she came to the brink. Assistance, kind sir, for I surely shall sing. As quick as the lightning, I took hold of her hand. My foot slipped and we fell on the sand on the native the plains of Australia. Here in the native the plains of Australia, where the maidens are handsome and gay. Now we frolic together in the highest of glee, in the finest Australia you ever did see. The sun it went down and the clouds did resign. Then I left the fair maid of Australia. Then I left the fair maid of Australia. Then I left the fair maid of Australia just as the sun went down.
A merchant stand here living wrong, and you beg him, he's gone. He mounted on a noble steed, and away with pleasure he did ride. Oh, all the wench, he chance to me. A beggar wench with hungry. He took pity on her distress, and he says, my lass, you've got a pretty face. Oh, well, the doodle-I do, oh, well, the dear. The boat inclined knew to have a drink. Into a public house the both went. They'd both drunk ale and brandy too, till the both then they could roll and fool. Pull out the doodle-I do, pull out the dare. The both inclined knew to go to bed. Soon under a cover they were led. Strong ale and brandy went to their head, and both now slept as they were dead. Oh, well, the doodle-I do, plough the dead. Early next morning the merchant rose, and looking round to find his clothes, there was nothing left into the room but a ragged petticoat and a wincey gown. Pull out the doodle-I do, pull out the dead. The merchant being a stranger to the town, for he put on the old coat and gown, and down the street he strongly swore he would never lie with a beggar no more. Oh, how the doodle-I do, oh, the dear.
Why, my bold English navvy that fought on the line, the first place I met was Newcastle in Tyne. I've been tired, sick and weary from working all day. To a cot down by the hillside I'm making my way. Oh, I first had me supper and then had a shave. For courting this fair maid I highly prepared. Now the stars in the sky as the moon it shone down, and I hit for the road with my navvy boots on. I knocked at my love's window, my knock she did know, and out of her slumber she woken so slow. I knocked there again and she said, is that John? And I quickly replied with my navvy boots on. Oh, she opened the window and then left me in. 'Twas into her bedroom she landed me then. The whole night it being cold and the blankets rolled on, and I slept there all night with my navvy boots on. Oh, come all you pretty fair maids, take a warning by me. Don't ever leave a navvy go into your bed. For when he'll get warm and think upon yon, sure he'll jump on your bones with his navvy boots on.
While cruising round Yarmouth one day for a spree, I met a fair damsel, the wind blowing free. I'm a fast going clipper, my kind says it she. I'm ready for cargo, my hold it is freezing in Feather-a-laddie, right Feather-a-day. Feather-a-laddie, right Feather-a-day. I gave her the rope and I took her in tow. From Yadam to Yadam in tow and we go. I lift up her head, she's found plenty of room, and into her cabin I stuck my jib-boom, singing Feather-a-laddie, right Feather-a-day. Feather-a-laddie, right Feather-a-day. She took me upstairs and her topsail she lost. In a neat little parlour she soon had me moored. She laid in her foresails, her staysails and all, with a little white hand on my reef tackle fall, singing Feather-a-laddie, right Feather-a-day. Feather-a-laddie, right Feather-a-day. I said, pretty fair maid, it's time to give off. Betwixt wind and water you've ran me ashore. My shot locker is empty and powder's all spent. I can't fire a shot for it's choked at the vent, singing Feather-a-laddie, right Feather-a-day. Feather-a-laddie, right Feather-a-day. As luck to the girl with the black curly locks, as luck to the girl who ran Jack on the rocks, as luck to the doctor who eased all his pain. He squared his mane, yes, he's cruising again, singing Feather-a-laddie, right Feather-a-day. Feather-a-laddie, right Feather-a-day.